Moses joining me on the desk now. Of course, the Lakeland Rustlers men's volleyball team probably want to forget last year because their record not too pretty, but of course 5-17. Instead of trying to forget on it, they're going to try and improve it, of course.
No kidding. They weren't far off from a playoff spot either. They just really struggled in that second half of the season. Of course, the team that's also going to be chasing them for a spot will be the Nate Ooks, who come here Friday night, a must-win game early in the season.
The Lakeland Rustlers understand what's at stake tomorrow when the Nate Ooks visit Lakeland Gym.
Pumped to get this first game going. We can tell it's going to be huge, and it's definitely going to come back to bite us if we don't do well in there. So a lot of emotion for this one.
We know how they play. We know how they run their game, their plays, their sets, their tempo, and we're going to take advantage of that.
Last season, the Rustlers started slow, losing 5 of their first 6 matches, all close sets. But it was the lack of executing that hurt the club, something they've addressed for the upcoming year.
We had a lot of close games and a lot of tight games where we couldn't finish it, where we should have been able to finish it. Now we're changing it up.
We got the guys on our side that can get the job done. It's just a matter of whether or not they come to play, and if they do, we're going to be in real good shape.
Which has this team confident heading into their matchup.
We're pretty physical. I'd say we're more physical than they are. They might just be a little bit taller, but it's all about all-around skill in this game, and hopefully our training is going to pay off, and that's going to be the difference. We had a lot of bangers, though, a lot of good hitters there, so I think we're a little better than them, but we'll see how we execute here.
It's all on our side. We have the ability to finish teams and have wins this year, and our challenge is making sure that we're able to do that.
Nate, along with Lakeland College, will be in the mix for a berth in the playoffs, and some early wins will go a long way.
If we can get a few W's here off the start, it'll be huge, especially come second half. We got to make sure that those winnable games, that we are at our best, and I mean, it's going to be tough. We've got a good group of returners, so they know what it takes to win at this level, so that's going to be a big help for us.
The men's contest will start at 8 o'clock Friday, following the women's matchup.
All right, the Wheatland Football League playoffs are set to kick off this Friday. After finishing second in the South Division, the Loy-Comp Barons earned themselves a date against the Bonnyville Voyageurs at home. Matt Schumont has more on the quarterfinal tilt.
Heading into the season, the Loy-Comp Barons were determined to once again finish first in the South Division. However, the Barons had their trouble stringing together wins as they alternated wins and losses the entire year.
We really got together as a team near the end of the season there, and we started playing like a team. We started to, work as a unit, but we have had a few losses, and it's mostly due to mental errors.
Now, despite their 3-4 record, the Barons are throwing that stat out the window as they get ready to open up the postseason this Friday.
We don't think about the regular season anymore. It's all about what the next play. The next play is what we always push, and so it's the next game. We don't think about the past. It's from now on out, it's how we continue to play is how we're going to turn out.
It's a fresh start. We're starting over. Our score right now is 0-0. There's nothing. We're here to set the tempo. We're going to send a message, I guess, to the rest of the league.
The Barons will host the Bonnyville Voyageurs. Now in the lone meeting this year, the Purple and Gold easily handled the Voyageurs 35-3. Now, even though Bonnyville failed to pick up a win this year, the Barons say they will not be taking this game for granted.
The most important thing is not to take them lightly, because once you start taking someone lightly, then you underestimate them, and then you end up losing, and that's not what we're here to do. So we'll just practice like we normally practice, and just win this game.
Hopefully we can get a couple big plays in and maybe get our rookies in a bit. Hopefully just easy game, we can rest up, don't get a bunch of injuries, because we've had a lot of injuries this year, so hopefully we can keep that to a minimum this week.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
All right, Hockey Day in Canada is just a little over 3 months away, and already there are some signs of the event fast approaching, all right, at the exhibition grounds. The boards for the outdoor rink are up over 400 yards. Yes, 400 yards of sand was put in to level the portable rink, which will be placed at the Service Sports Centre after Hockey Day in Canada. Now, according to Chairman Jeff Mulligan, there are big plans in store on January 18th.
We're looking at an NHL alumni game. We're looking potentially at having all of the Paralympic hockey players, the sledge hockey players here, and announcing the actual Paralympic team here, perhaps.
The rink will be completed by the end of the week. All right, to football now. His number 88 in your program, but After watching this week's Superstar Next Door, I'm sure he'll be number one in your hearts. Matt Schumont caught up with Lloyd Comp's leading receiver, Denton Collins.
Playing football for close to 10 years, Denton Collins has always been a receiver, and he has a valid reason for that decision.
I've been a wideout ever since the first year I played. I think I'm just not big enough for a lot of positions, so that's how I got started off there, and I've just kind of grown and gotten better at it.
Idolizing Eskimos receiver Fred Stamps for his act of making big plays, Denton has followed suit as he leads all Barons in receiving yards with 209.
Well, it was a big thing. Last year I didn't get to play much, I didn't get any catches, so this year to get to lead the team, it was a big thing. Felt really good.
Only in grade 11, Denton has looked at his future and would like to play football at the CIS level, but has a good backup plan if that doesn't happen.
I would really like to play for U of S. If I could play receiver for U of S, that would be pretty good. But I don't know if I'm going to push it as much because I think in education is a little bit more important. So if I can get a chance to play, I will definitely take advantage of it, but I'm not going to push it a whole lot.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.